Justin Baldoni has come with receipts. Lively is finished. He has said that the New York Times basically cherry-picked and altered communications and didn't give any context to anyone.
Wait till you see this lawsuit. It's all going to be based on evidence. It's not going to be just a lawsuit. It's going to be the kind of lawsuit that is full of evidence, admissions, documents, which prove exactly what she did and how she bullied her way through the process to take over the movie and used her PR people to try and destroy Justin.
Legal drama between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni is turning into a full-blown saga, with no signs of resolution anytime soon. What started as accusations of sexual harassment and a smear campaign has spiraled into a legal battlefield involving lawsuits, public statements, and divided public opinion. Each new development adds more layers to the controversy, making it a story that has gripped Hollywood and the wider public. So, what exactly is going on? Why is this case so complex? Let's unpack this from the beginning to fully understand the situation. As of now, both Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni are embroiled in an intense legal battle, with each side hurling accusations of misconduct at another. Blake's federal lawsuit filed in New York targets Justin, his crisis manager Melissa Nathan, and Jennifer Bell, and Wayfair Studios, the production company behind the movie It Ends With Us. The lawsuit alleges sexual harassment and retaliation, accusing the defendants of orchestrating a smear campaign to discredit Blake after she spoke up about workplace misconduct. Blake's legal team argues that the actions of Justin and his associates violated federal and state laws, adding that much of the activity cited in her complaint occurred in New York, justifying her choice of venue.
So Blake Lively is suing Justin Baldoni for occurrences that allegedly happened on their movie together, which no one knows what really happened. But what's interesting is I don't know that Justin Baldoni is a very wealthy man. And what is she suing for? She has infinitely more money than him. She hasn't tried to have him arrested for anything criminal. And the legal fees will probably bury him alone. So what is there to get is what I'm asking. Like, what is she asking for?
This is complicated because isn't the studio, like the set, etc., the workplace, and this happened in the workplace. So she's only suing him, not the studio. I think it's interesting.
Meanwhile, Justin has launched a counteroffensive with the $250 libel lawsuit against the New York Times. This lawsuit alleges that the publication deliberately published a biased narrative by relying on what Justin's team describes as manipulated and cherry-picked evidence provided by Blake. According to Justin's legal team, the article portrayed him in a false light, causing significant damage to his career and reputation. They claim the publication ignored the key evidence that could have refuted Blake's allegations and instead supported her self-serving narrative. This legal war has spilled beyond the courtroom, with both parties' legal teams actively engaging in public statements to sway public opinion. Each side is presenting its version of events, airing arguments and counter-arguments in what has become one of the most widely discussed legal feuds in recent memory. As the legal drama continues to unfold, it's clear that this story is far from over. But how did it reach this point?
Justin Baldoni has come with receipts. Lively is finished. He has said that the New York Times basically cherry-picked and altered communications and didn't give any context to anyone, which is true. He has text messages of Blake asking him to come to her trailer while she was breastfeeding so that they could discuss the next scene. He also has correspondence of Blake asking for the costumes to be sexier in the film, which really doesn't corroborate any of these claims she's been making about the fact that he was sexually exploitative. His lawyers have said, while their side embraces partial truths, we embrace the full truth, and we have all of the communications to back it. Public will decide for themselves, as they did when this first begun. This is the same journalist that took down Harvey Weinstein that released Blake's article, so Baldoni wouldn't be trying to take them down if he did not have the receipts. This is mean girl Blake coming out. It didn't go her way, she tried to fight it, but Baldoni is showing that he's not going to back down.
Let's rewind where it all began. The seeds of this controversy were sown during the production of It Ends With Us. where Blake alleges she faced an unrelenting toxic work environment. According to her comprehensive initial complaint filed with the California Civil Rights Department, she described a series of incidents that created an unsafe and hostile workplace. Justin Baldoni, she claims, subjected her to repeated sexual harassment, including inappropriate conversations that crossed professional boundaries and suggestions to include more sexually explicit scenes in the script. Blake also detailed instances where Justin allegedly entered her private space uninvited, including walking in on her while she was undressed and breastfeeding, leaving her feeling vulnerable and disrespected. Additionally, Blake accused producer James Heath of engaging in similarly inappropriate behavior, compounding the sense of unease on set. In her complaint, Blake explained that she reported these incidents to the HR department, hoping for intervention and resolution. Her decision led to an all-hands meeting, ostensibly to address the issues and ensure a safer working environment for everyone involved. However, Blake alleges that instead of resolving the situation, Justin and Wayfair Studios retaliated by orchestrating a SEMA campaign designed to undermine her credibility and professional standing. This alleged campaign involved deliberate attempts to tarnish her reputation, painting her as a difficult and unreliable.
I told y'all not to make fast assumptions about Justin Baldoni until we have gotten to the case, but I think we can talk about some things now that he has filed his complaint and his suit against the New York Times. Guys, my opinion stands is that I will not be making decisions or assumptions until we have gotten to the case, because what the heck is happening? So Blake Lively made some very specific allegations saying that Justin Baldoni had come to her trailer when she was topless, and Justin Baldoni had then showed us the text messages where she asks him to come to her trailer, and he also shows how open she was to be breastfeeding in front of other cast and crew, and so this seemed like normal to him. First of all, I believe him there. And like I said in my last video, I've never been convinced of the slander campaign. I've always been convinced that that was organic, because it wasn't these fake or false articles. It was literally people showing footage of Blake Lively by herself. Like, it was just her own downfall. Justin has then showed the text to his PR team where he's like, this isn't us, right? Like, what is this? And they're like, no, this is just organic.
Blake's case gained significant traction when she provided the New York Times with a series of text messages she claims are evidence of the SEMA campaign. These messages purportedly illustrate a coordinated effort by Justin and his associates to manipulate the media narratives against her, reinforcing the idea that her complaints were unfounded and exaggerated. The publication of these texts in the New York Times ignited widespread attention, casting a spotlight on the controversy and positioning Blake as a whistleblower against workplace harassment. The fallout for Justin was swift and severe. WME, the prestigious talent agency representing both him and Blake, dropped Justin as a client shortly after the allegations surfaced. This decision was partially notable given WME's long-standing relationship with both parties. The move set a strong signal suggesting that the agency took Blake's claims seriously. Hollywood at large seemed to rally behind Blake, with influential organizations like SAG-AFTRA and Sony publicly expressing their support. This widespread backing further solidified Blake's position as a prominent advocate against workplace misconduct, while Justin's professional reputations began to unravel. On the same day Blake filed her federal lawsuit, Justin responded with a massive legal counter-reaction, filing a $250 million libel lawsuit against the New York Times. In his suit, Justin accuses the publication of engaging in biased reporting by publishing evidence he claims was manipulated and cherry-picked to align with Blake's narrative.
Justin Baldoni is now suing the New York Times over an article they wrote about Blake Lively's complaint. I read the entire thing and my opinion has definitely changed, but I'm no longer going to share any opinion that I have on this. I'm just going to share the facts from what is reported in the complaint. I did a 15-minute breakdown video of everything that Blake Lively's complaint said, so go check that out if you want her side of things. And now here's a breakdown of Justin Baldoni's side of things. Essentially, this lawsuit is saying that the New York Times worked with Blake Lively to publish an article that did not consider all sides or the full truth to the situation. First of all, in this lawsuit, the plaintiffs debunked the smear campaign allegations by showing the full text messages not included in Blake Lively's complaint, along with text messages with reporters and with Blake's publicist, Leslie Sloan. This lawsuit also discusses how Blake Lively allegedly took over the film despite being hired as an actress and just given executive producer credit.
According to Justin's legal team, this reporting caused irreparable harm to his reputation and career, portraying him as guilty based on what they describe as self-serving and doctored evidence provided by Blake. A key element of Justin's lawsuit centers on text messages cited in Blake's complaint. Justin alleges that these messages were altered and misrepresent interactions between the two. For example, one of Blake's claims include Justin allegedly entering her trailer uninvited while she was undressed. However, Justin's legal team points a text message where Blake reportedly invited him to her trailer saying, "I'm just pumping in my trailer if you want to work out our lines." Justin's lawsuit doesn't stop at addressing the allegations directly. It also accuses Blake and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, of leveraging their Hollywood influence to pressure MWE, Justin's talent agency, into dropping him as a client.
Was there a coordinated smear campaign to bring down Blake Lively?
100% no.
You plan to sue Blake Lively?
Absolutely.
You will?
Yes. We plan to release every single text messages between the two of them. We want the truth to be out there. We want the documents to be out there. We want people to make their determination based on receipts.
This claim has added another layer of complexity to the case, as Justin's team asserts that such actions were part of a calculated effort to isolate and discredit him. Additionally, the lawsuit criticizes the New York Times for failing to uphold journalistic integrity by not only thoroughly investigating the allegations or considering evidence that might have contradicted Blake's claims. Through these accusations, Justin's legal strategy is clear: to shift the narrative by highlighting perceived flaws in Blake's case and pointing to what his team sees as a broader campaign to tarnish his name. The stakes are enormous for both sides as this countersuit unfolds, further intensifying an already explosive legal battle. The legal teams representing both parties have been highly vocal, issuing public statements that further muddy the waters and escalate public intrigue. Blake's lawyer has taken a firm stand, emphasizing that her claims are backed by irrefutable evidence and should not be dismissed as mere allegations. He has described Justin's countersuit as a calculated diversion tactic aimed at shifting focus away from the serious accusations of sexual harassment and retaliation. According to him, the federal complaint Blake filed lays out a clear and detailed account of the misconduct she faced and the systematic issues prevalent on the set of It Ends With Us. Her legal team has framed her decision to pursue this case not only as an effort to seek personal justice, but as a larger stand against a toxic and abusive work culture that should no longer be tolerated in the entertainment industry.
That bad press happening, she could not fathom that people didn't like her. I think she truly believed that Justin Baldoni was behind it. I don't think she did this to create a narrative. I think she saw it and said, this has to be him. This has to be him. And unfortunately, I think she was wrong. And so I think to counter that bad PR, and she saw her reputation going down, she decided to play what she thought was an equally nasty PR game by filing this lawsuit in the civil rights court, never with the intention of ever having to then take it to the real courts. I don't think that she ever wanted that. Unfortunately, she was wrong. She filed it, and the public then said, wait a second, are you playing a PR game rather than Justin Baldoni? And now she had to back that up by really filing it in court. And what's going to happen is now the entire public is going to see what happened, who was leaking stuff to who. And like I said, my money is on Blake Lively being wrong. I think she is 100% wrong. This doesn't make him a good guy. Doesn't make Justin Baldoni a great guy. Please do not think I'm a Justin Baldoni stan. I know nothing about him, and I hate 90% of Hollywood. But in this circumstance, I just think he's going to win the lawsuit. And I think New York Times, based on what I have seen of what I would describe as doctored correspondences, doctoring it by not giving people the full correspondences, is going to end up having to settle this lawsuit and paying Justin Baldoni as well as the PR women that are.
Meanwhile, Justin's lawyer has been equally aggressive, accusing Blake of using the media as a weapon to manipulate public perception. He alleges that her team intentionally leaked documents to the New York Times that were selectively edited to distort the truth and strengthen her narrative at Justin's expense. According to Justin's legal representatives, these leaked documents provide a skewed version of events, omitting key details that could exonerate him. In response, Justin's team has announced plans to release a substantial arch of evidence that they claim will expose a pattern of manipulation, intimidation, and even bullying by Blake. They argue that this pattern points to a calculated strategy on her part to exploit her influence and achieve her objectives, regardless of the consequences for others. This ongoing exchange of public statements has transformed what began as a legal dispute into a highly publicized spectacle.
Are you going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion, Megan. Wait till you see this lawsuit. It's all going to be based on evidence. It's not going to be just a lawsuit. It's going to be the kind of lawsuit that is full of evidence, admissions, documents, which prove exactly what she did and how she bullied her way through the process to take over the movie and used her PR people to try and destroy Justin. There's a number of different defendants here. Stephanie Jones will be all over this complaint. That is the PR agent who was supposed to be working for Justin Baldoni. Leslie Sloan, who's another PR agent who will be part of this lawsuit. That was Blake Lively's. Blake Lively will be sued, and we're carefully considering other people that will be sued also. Ryan Reynolds, for sure.
Both parties are not only vying for justice in the courtroom, but are also fiercely competing to shape the narrative in their favor. The mounting tension and the strategic media plays by both sides have ensured that this case remains firmly in the public spotlight, capturing the fascination and the scrutiny of audiences worldwide. The legal drama has divided public opinion. Some believe Blake's allegations, citing the support she has received from Hollywood and the fact that Justin's career took an immediate hit. Others side with Justin, urging that Blake's power and influence in Hollywood make it unlikely that she was a victim of harassment. Adding to the confusion, Justin's crisis management team, hired at a reported cost of $10,000 is working overtime to shift the narrative in his favor. Meanwhile, sources close to Blake suggest she remains confident and may have more evidence to back up her claim. At its core, this legal battle isn't just about accusations and counter-accusations. It's a clash of reputations, career, and the deeply personal toll it has taken on everyone involved. For Blake, this is more than just a legal dispute. It's about standing up for herself and becoming a voice for others in the entertainment industry who may have faced similar injustices. Her decision to pursue this case is a statement of resilience, highlighting the courage it takes to challenge power figures and the systems in a public forum. The emotional stakes for Blake are immense. Her credibility and integrity as both an actress and advocate are on the line. A victory could solidify her position as a champion for workplace fairness and safety, while a loss could invite scrutiny and doubt over her claims. For Justin, the stakes are equally high, but in different light. His countersuit is not just an attempt to clear his name, but a desperate bid to salvage a career that has been significantly tarnished by these allegations. His professional identity and legacy as a filmmaker and actor hinge on disapproving Blake's claims. A win in court could vindicate him, allowing him to rebuild his reputation, while a loss could cement his fall from grace and further alienate him from an industry that has already begun to distance itself from him. The emotional toll extends beyond the courtroom, impacting their personal lives and relationships. For Blake, the unwavering support of her husband, Ryan Reynolds, has been both a source of strength and a point of public attention. Their unity has been viewed as a testament to their strong bond amidst this turmoil. On Justin's side, the stress of mounting a defense, dealing with public criticism and navigating the fallout within his professional circle adds to an already overwhelming situation. Ultimately, both parties have a lot to lose, and the outcome of this case will likely define the trajectory of their careers for years to come. Blake's lawsuit puts her integrity on the line, while every piece of evidence she presents being scrutinized by the public and the court. Meanwhile, Justin's countersuit represents not just a legal countermeasure but a fight for his survival in an industry where reputations are everything. This battle is as much about their futures as it is about the truth, making the stakes extraordinarily personal and profound. Public perception and the challenges of navigating serious allegations in the entertainment industry. What do you think? Who has the stronger case? Do you believe Blake's allegations, or do you think Justin's countersuit will reveal a different side of the story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for updates on this unfolding drama.